Welcome back everyone to the channel. So today's session is about how to install an additional domain controller. So I have switched to VMware Workstation as I had some issues with the VirtualBox. We have the same configuration. The machine 1 has an IP address of 192.168.10.2 and it's acting as a DNS as well. I've created a similar machine 2. I made the local configuration. As you can see, the name of the machine is DC2. It has an IP address of 192.168.10.3. It will populate. Yep, here it is. The remote desktop is enabled. I don't have internet, so that's the reason I'm not downloading the updates. Let's go ahead and install this as an additional domain controller. So as a prerequisite, I have installed the ADDS role. Now let's go ahead and create this as a domain controller. So after installation of the ADDS role, you'll see a notification over here which says promote the server to a domain controller. Let's click on this. As we seen in the first session, there are 3 options over here. Add a domain controller to an existing domain, a new domain to an existing forest, and a new forest. Let it stop. Okay. So we would be adding a domain controller to an existing domain, the first option. And we'll click on select. We'll select, it will ask you for the credentials for the domain. So we had the domain name ask an expert /administrator, that was the credential, the username. I'll put in the password. Okay. So this is the domain. Click OK. In case there are several administrators, you can select the different admin over here. But since I have only one, I'll use the default one. Click on next. As of now, it's trying to connect with the domain. Okay. Now it says the DSRM password. In case your AD goes down, this password will be required to go into the DSRM mode. That's the Directory Services Restore mode. Let it be as, about the site, let it be as this. When we do site and services, I'll explain this. Let me put in the DSRM password. Okay, this seems similar. Let's click on next. A delegation not found, you can just skip this. Next. Do you want to install it from a media? This we would do when we do the chapter about how to recover the DC. Where do you want to replicate the information from? So I have one DC, that's DC1. In case you had several, it will show you the list. Select this, click on next. As I said in the earlier session as well, if there is no need to change this location about the database, the log and the sysvol folder, let it be as the default. Click on next. This will give you a summary. In case you want to change something, you can go back and click on change. Now it looks okay to me. Let's click on next. So as we've seen in the previous one as well, this will do a prerequisite check. It will check if this machine is equivalent or it has the capability to be promoted as a domain controller or not. Okay, it says the prerequisite checks passed successfully. Let's click on install. I'll pause the video for a bit, and once this is complete, I'll resume the session again. A point to be noted, and this is one of the troubleshooting steps that I'll show you further. This machine was cloned from the previous machine, and that's the reason this process failed. It says the domain join could not be completed because the SID of the domain you attempted to join was identical to the SID of the machine. It means that we had created an exact clone of the previous copy. Just to save time, I have did that. So I'll show you how to remove the SID and make this a unique one. Let me close this. To make the SID unique, there is a tool in Windows that's called sysprep. We'll have to run that. Let's go ahead and open that. So the location is C drive Windows, System32, and then we have sysprep. Here it is. Let's run this. Always make sure that you run it as an administrator. And this tick mark which says generalize, this should be selected. Post this, do you want to reboot, do you want to quit or shut down? I'll do a reboot. Click OK. Now this is cleaning. It says generalizing the phase. So there would be several phases. First was the cleanup, the second one is generalization. Let's wait for this to complete. Once this is done, the system will be rebooted and then we'll have a unique SID for this machine. Thereafter, I'll go ahead and install this as an additional domain controller. I'll pause the video, and once the server is rebooted, I'll come back again. So we have the system restarted now. The sysprep has generalized the machine again. It means that it has reinitialized the machine. It will ask you several options. What's about your home country or region? Let me select India. Okay. Preferred language is English, and I use the English keyboard. License terms, I click on accept. I'll put in the password. Okay. Should match. Yep. Let's go back and see if the role is installed or not. Would be up in a minute. So guys, keep following my channel. In the further videos, I would be sharing the interview question and answers. I'm sure someone would surely benefit out of it. If you have any questions that you have prepared yourself, do share it across, and we'll make a video out of that and post it along on the channel. It's coming up. I should better pause the video because this would take a bit of time. So okay, the machine is back up and running now. You'll see that it has generalized the machine or reinitialized it, and all the defaults have come in. The computer name has changed. Let me put it back to DC2. Even the IP address has changed. The remote desktop is disabled. Let's click on this, go to change. Let me make it DC2. Okay. So before the restart, I'll make a couple of other changes as well. Let's click on restart later. The remote desktop should be enabled. Okay. The IP address should be configured as well. IPv4 is the one that we need to change. 192.168.10.3. Okay. Close. Now let's do a restart. So we see that the ADDS role was still installed, but since the computer name had changed, I changed it back to DC2 and then did a restart. Once the machine has restarted, we will try to promote this to an additional domain controller. I hope you guys are liking my videos. In case you want me to change on something, do let me know and I'll try to improve on that as well. Okay, it was fast now. Let's log into it. the server manager would come up. Let's wait for that. Yep, here it is. We'll see ADDS at the left hand side. Let it populate, and then we'll start off with the installation of the ADC. Okay, here we go. Click on the notification icon, click on promote this server to a domain controller. As I shown a few minutes ago, we'll select the first one. The domain that I need to select. Either you can click on select, or if you know the credentials, you can enter that over there. So it's ask an expert / administrator, the password. Okay, it will retrieve the name. Here we go. Select this, click OK, click on next. The DSRM password. So just make sure that this password is remembered by you guys in case the AD goes down. If you want to restore AD, this is the password that is required. Click on next. Next. Where should it replicate the information from? DC1. Click on next. So replication is also a huge topic. There are certain command line tools that I would be showing you across. The default paths. Click on next. It looks okay to me. Yep. Click on next. The prerequisites will be checked. If it's okay, it will show over here the check has been passed. There would be a few warnings. We can omit that for the time being. Okay, it checks passed successfully. Let's click on install. I'll pause the video again, and once the installation is done and the server is rebooted, I'll come back and resume the video. The server is back up and running now. It had a restart. Now let's log into this machine. You see that this machine is taking the domain name. So now this is an additional domain controller. Let's log into this. I'll make some changes to the machine 1 and see if the same reflects over here or not, because we had selected the replication partner to be machine 1. I'll go to the machine 1 and open up AD and make some changes over there. Let me create an organizational unit. New OU testing and replication. Okay, let's go to the machine 2. There's a warning. Let's click on yes. Let's go to dsa.msc. That's the command to open up Active Directory. Okay, let's expand this. Okay, here this is. So it means that the replication is happening perfectly okay. Now if we go to domain controller, we'll see both the machines, because both are domain controllers. One is the primary and the second one is the additional domain controller. So this is the process by which we create replication partners or additional domain controllers. We can have n number of additional domain controllers, and this is for the use of load balancing as well as failover. In future classes you will understand as to what load balancing and what a failover means. So I'll conclude this video with this video, and in case you have any questions, do let me know.